Fiona! What's just come out today?
Polo. Gonna watch Polo.
Polo. That's that thing with Harold in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, look, there it is.
No, well, no, they're just adverts because
It's on Netflix. Well, okay, so you're going to get it up and we're going to critique it, are we? And say what you think. It's long though. It's 44 minutes. I mean, each episode's about 44 minutes.
I think we can maybe speed them up to double speed.
Do you think you can watch them on fast forward on Netflix?
Yeah, I think.
Watch a load of toffs playing polo.
Well, let's give it a chance and then I'll do a review.
I bet they don't half damage the legs on those horses. The first thing I saw when I saw Prince Charles years ago playing polo, I thought, swinging a great big mallet like that, you're bound to break the horse's leg, aren't you?
Well, I don't think they hit the horse with the mallet.
I don't think they intend to hit the horse with the mallet, but I bet loads do. I bet they do. Okay, let's watch it. Okay, we binged it, didn't we? 30 minutes in. First episode, I had enough. I thought, let's go back to watching.
Can I swear on your channel?
Yeah.
Fucking tedious. And I'm sitting here thinking, Graham said, I think there's 3. And I thought he meant episodes, but he meant players. And I went, oh, thank you, God, there's only 3 of these. And then he went, no, I mean players. So I Googled it, and there's 5 episodes. And we can get through the first one. I mean, I guess they're kind of nice people, but... Oh, no, we're going to watch Murdoch Mysteries instead.
So the thing about doing a review is, you know, it really relies heavily on you actually watching it. And it's just so boring. It's so boring. I mean, it just came on. Harry was in it for about 5 seconds at the beginning, but don't forget this is a 45-minute thing. And we could be watching the telly.
To be fair, if Harry starred in it, it wouldn't be more interesting. I mean, he's quite a boring person, and the subject matter would be the same. It wouldn't make any difference if he was in it big time.
Yeah, well, I thought let's give it a go. Let's give it a go, and it comes on, and it's basically telling you like these hoorah Henrys who are loaded. And their arrogance. What do they do to stop themselves from getting bored? Oh, I'm getting into polo. I think it's amazing. Now, you know I don't like football. I'm not into football. But one thing I will say about football is kids from the council estate, you know, they can rise to become professional footballers. You know, if they've got any talent, you know, they're spotted, talent spots. Scouts are they called, aren't they? So they can become millionaires, they can become professional footballers. But you know, how does someone from a council estate become a professional polo player? If you haven't got a horse, you need about 6 horses, don't you? Because they change horses every 7.5 minutes, apparently. And I said to her, well, how many polo players are there on a team? And we're going... And there was no indication as to what the rules were or how many players were on the team. And later in the episode, it did say there was 4. I thought, right, okay, so there's 4. They change horses every 7.5 minutes. So you need umpteen horses. And then what do you do? And there's 2 posts, and there's like hitting the ball between these 2. I said, oh, is that the goal? You score goals? Is there a goal at each end? You know. I mean, I don't know anything about polo, and I never will because I'm not interested. I'm really not interested. And they're like, what are we going to spend our millions on this afternoon? I can just run away, park my Lanzarote over there, but Bugatti. And they're all there rolling up with the champagne going, welcome to watch the polo. So the only people watching it are the families of the people who are playing. And you think, well, they're all billionaires, aren't they? Millionaires and billionaires, and... wandering around, oh no, I need a different pair of sunglasses for that. I got to win, I must win. And you think, anyway, what did you think?
There was a particularly gripping bit where they were going to make the selection of who was going to play against whose team or some shit like that. So they're at a champagne party with a big fancy swimming pool, and they had helium balloons full of little sparkly bits of paper.
Glitter.
And the name or number and they had to get a dart and prick they could choose any balloon. And one of these kids' mothers went to go and prick the balloon, and she was just about to prick it, and then they slowed it all down, and then she turned her head.
The suspense!
her hair moved dead slow in slow motion, and she looks at the camera. Will I prick the balloon? They dragged that out for about 58 seconds.
Did you pick a different balloon? Or did she pick that balloon in the end?
I'm not sure, because they...
But, I mean, most of us would have a hat, wouldn't we? We just pull a number out of a hat and go, oh, there you go, number 5. But, oh no, they've got to have balloons full of glitter in them. You think?
But it was really funny the way that they've done that. That is the most suspenseful part of the whole fucking episode, is who's going to prick which balloon, and doing it all in slow-mo.
Anyway, they only got 30 minutes into it, and I said, turn it off.
I mean, did Meghan and Harry make this shit?
No, they paid someone else to make it.
No. I mean, I think it's their Archwell Productions or something.
It is an Archwell production. It said Archwell.
Did it
production.
say that at the beginning? Oh, because, right, I was cheating a bit. I've been playing solitaire while I was listening to it because it's so fucking boring. And then I'd glance up and think, oh yeah, and there's a guy had a tantrum on there, but we haven't got to that bit. I'll tell you the style it reminds me of. They've got like these housewife shows. Housewives of Chester, Housewives of New York. It's cut very, very much in that style, where it's shortcuts, and they're building to some big thing, and the big thing always turns out to be fuck all. And you think, I just watched a whole 50 minutes to find out that it wasn't an argument, and what they showed in the clip all the way through it was fuck all.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to watch all.
Well, I can't even make it to the end of the first episode, so goodness knows what the rest of it's like, and I'm not even going to watch it. It's just boring. It's just boring. I mean, boring.
I mean, I think if I filmed some paint drying, that would probably be more interesting. Harry and Meghan really are a pair of boring arseholes, aren't they? With no imagination, no style, no talent.
Well, they've just made a series for Netflix, so they must have got paid for that, for producing that. And they won't have had anything to do with it. All they'll have done is say, I need to employ a film producer. Here you go.
And I mean, they're talking about
go and make a film for me. I'll ring some of my Polo chums and you can go and film them. Come back when you've made the film and we'll give you some wages. What?
I mean, they've made 5 boring episodes about this. And I can tell you all about it right now very quickly. Polo is a ball game that is played on horseback, a traditional field sport and one of the world's oldest known team sports. It originated in ancient Persia, modern-day Iran, dating back over 2,000 years, initially played by Persian nobility as a training exercise for cavalry units. Polo eventually spread to other parts of the world. The game is played by 2 opposing teams with the objective of scoring using a long-handled wooden mallet to hit a small hard ball through the opposing team's goal. Each team has 4 mounted riders, and the game usually lasts for 1 to 2 hours, divided into periods called chukkers or chukkers. There you go. You don't have to watch all 5 episodes now.
Whoopee-doo.
So it's basically like, it's football, but on horseback with less players.
I could see it being a cavalry thing, you know.
That's actually quite interesting, but they haven't touched on that at all.
Aspect.
It's more sort of, it's the game of kings, and they're all, and of course there's old Nacho, arrogant Nacho, right in the thick of it.
He was in it. I saw him in it.
He's really boring and arrogant. Do you know what? I'll tell you a story about Nacho that I saw on, he was interviewed by someone like Gayle King. And he said, I will tell you who my friend Prince Harry is. We were at a polo match and one of the servants brought T-shirts for Prince Harry, and it came in plastic. And Prince Harry threw it back into the face of the servant and said, what is this? Unenvironmentally friendly, you dare to bring me plastic. Take it away and bring it back wrapped in paper. That is my friend Prince Harry. He is so lovely. That's what Nacho said. That was my first view of Nacho. And I thought, you arrogant little cunt. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to?
I bet they break the legs of the horses sometimes.
I don't know. I'm not going to get into allegations of animal abuse. No. You're generalising.
Well, if you're swinging a big mallet like that, you're bound to miss.
Well,
and accidentally break the horse's leg.
Well, I'll tell you what, Graham, I don't think Beech's Brook is a picnic either. A lot of sports involving horses Horses can become injured. The riders can become injured. Sometimes the horses have to be destroyed. I'm not into all this allegations of animal abuse. I don't like Harry.
If Harry would took up jousting, I think I'd support him in that. I'd say, yeah, go for it, Harry. Yeah, let's see some proper fucking sports of kings. Do some jousting. That would be entertaining. I'd watch that.
I don't like Harry. I don't like his stuck-up friends. But I equally don't like unfounded allegations of animal abuse. I would have to see evidence. I've seen these allegations and I don't approve of unfounded allegations. I will not go along with that. You can if you like.
Well, it's obvious. It's obvious that you've got people swinging great big clubs around that, occasionally they're going to hit the horse, aren't they?
I have no idea.
Break a leg.
And I doubt I'll ever find out because I've no fucking... This show.
Well, it's obvious to me that that's going to happen anyway.
Watch Polo.
I'd rather watch the cricket.
I'd rather watch paint. I'm going to go and watch them paint dry and check on that pork. We'll have the next joint.
Oh yes, pork
Joint
tonight.
Part 2.
Air fryer part 2. Okay, so you're experimenting. What's the experiment? It's a science experiment, is it?
Yes, well, all cooking is a science, isn't it? Right, my experiment is I took all the fat from the pork yesterday out of the top drawer and I've mixed it with some salt because I think this is like chef's gold, like goose fat. It's dripping, isn't it? Now these things, they have, because everybody said, oh, you've got to use the basket, but the thing is the basket halves the depth so you can't fit as much in it, but they all have these kind of trays in which allows the heat to get underneath. So I've deduced. So I'm going to put the potatoes in the bottom one and I'm going to roll them in some fat so they're already basted, and then I'll put the joint in the top one.
That's a good idea.
So that's what I'm doing, which I'm sure is not that scintillating, but well, it's not as scintillating as Polo, is it? Oh my god, Polo.
Polo.
Oh, Polo, yeah.
The mint with the hole. That's the only polo I'm interested in, and I don't even eat them.
A lot of people said that in the comments the other day.
What a stupid subject, though, isn't it?
Well,
what a selfish, stupid subject.
The rumour was
I play Polo.
that they had presented Netflix with a selection of ideas, and Netflix were like, oh my god, all these ideas are shit. And they said, well, we'll go with the Polo and we'll go with Cooking with Megsy, which is what I'm waiting for. Whoa, that's going to be a winner. Oh, Megsy, who can resist? Cooking with Megsy, that is going to be comedy gold.
We forgot to see if we can put it on fast forward and see if Harry's actually in it at all.
Yeah, we can.
Because he was in it for 5 seconds.
You can cheat, and you can. I think you might miss some atmosphere and some gripping moments where they go to the tackle shop and choose which pair of designer sunglasses and gloves to wear.
I know those who are Henrys though that are in that. They said, "Hey, I'm funding the Polo by not having facial surgery, cosmetic surgery
Did
this
he
year."
say that?
No. He said, "I'm selling my spare house to fund the Polo.
Well,
I'm not going to get a new Maserati. I'm tightening my belt this year."
Not exactly relatable, is it?
No.
Not something that a lot of us can relate to. I'm just getting all this fat off my hands. Yeah, we took the kids up to Sosa Grande Polo Pony Club years ago for riding lessons.
Did we?
Yeah, do you remember that?
I remember taking them for riding lessons.
It's a really posh, fancy one. Anyway, it was all in a riding school, and they're sitting on horseback, and it's all like sit up straight, up down, and there was no fun in it. And they did 2 or 3 lessons each, and they both said actually it's not as much fun as the old school back in the UK where they just go off on a trek as a group. They found it very disciplined and stuff. But that was a polo pony.
Oh,
right. You can look it up. It's in the estate. It's on the northern side. Right, well, the potatoes are ready to go. I've finished my tea, and then I'm just waiting. The pork is nearly completely defrosted. right through to the middle. And then I'll try and rub a bit of salt into the top of it, see if we can get that. But I'll do gravy and stuff. Yesterday we just literally roasted it and ate it. I didn't do a full dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nearly complete.
We haven't done chips yet. I want to do chip butties. Bet they don't have no chip butties at the Polo Club, do they? I beg your pardon, a chip what? Okay, we're using both jaws. Pussycat. We've got the pork in the top one, and we've got potatoes in the bottom one. And you've got it set for an hour. Is an hour going to be enough?
Well, we can monitor it. We did the pork yesterday for an hour, which I think was probably a little bit too long. And
yeah, but you've turned the heat down to 150, haven't you?
No, Graham. On number 2, the heat is down to 150 because the potatoes won't, I don't think, take quite as long. So there's 2 ways to do it. You either cook them both at the same temperature and one for less time, or you reduce the temperature on the one that doesn't require it as much and do them both for the same time. They're independent thinkers. Okay?
Yeah, but you've got a double stack pro and sync and match buttons, and I haven't read the manual yet to get that far.
Yeah, well, what you would do is you'd set the temperature. Let's say the potatoes you only wanted to do them for 30 minutes, and the meat for an hour. I think you'd hit the sync, and then the potatoes would kick in after. The bottom one would turn on.
Why don't you read the manual then?
Because I can't be asked.
Then you'll know more than me. Yeah, but I work one step at a time.
You fought
and then build on my knowledge.
You fought me on this. I said to you, only the bottom one's on. You went, no, if number 2's on, they're both on. And I said, no, I don't think so.
All right, you were right and I was wrong.
Well, I haven't heard that in many years.
Again, that's a lie, because you're always right and I'm wrong. Anyway, Fiona's just done her video on YouTube, and the premiered one about Harry and Meghan and the polo, and Sue Smith's on the phone to her right now. You can sort of hear them in the background shouting, and they're both laughing at each other. It's so funny. It's so funny. Obviously, I can't put that up. I mean, the thing is with this polo, you're never ever going to be. You're never going to have teams of really good players, are you? Because the only people who can play it are millionaires. So a millionaire's only ever going to be as good as he is. And, if you actually recruited people who are actually really good and talented, because there's loads of people out there. And one of my beliefs actually is that everybody, and I mean everybody, is really, really good at something. I mean, whatever that something is. I mean, I've known people who you would write off as a loser, but they are actually really, really good at one thing, and I'm not going to give examples, but you know what I'm talking about. So there are talented people all the way through life, and if you were to have talent scouts, for example, for polo, horse polo, it's a bit of a tricky one, of course, because not many people have got access to it, but if you could actually produce a team of exceptional players, that would far out. You look at, I'll give you an example, competition aerobatics. I always wanted to do competition aerobatics, as a pilot, as an aviator. I thought that would be my goal. I would really give it my best. I really would, because I was so enthusiastic. That was something I really wanted to do. And there must be a lot of other people like me who would never have the opportunity, because you've got to be a millionaire to be able to afford the plane to start off with, and you get into it and you get up to standard as a pilot, and you're getting into this competition aerobatics, and you know most people just don't have the opportunity to do that until Flight Simulator came along. But that's a different subject. But you'll see. I'm right because the military should recruit their pilots from Flight Simulator. You know, they should set challenges and quests and give prizes out. You know, and you'll get loads of kids. I'm not saying kids. I'm talking about teenagers, 15 to 25, that sort of age group, and they will be there because they're the people who are focused and dedicated, and they will be hitting the old people like me, 60 odd years old. You know what I mean? We're never gonna score, are we? But and they're the people that the military should be recruiting for their pilots. Them, not some hoorah Henry who goes, I've got a horse. Okay, Cecil. Which public school did you go to? No, that's not one of the. It's not a very good one, is it? No. I'm sorry, no one's going to make the grades before it's palace. You know, bollocks. You should focus on the people who can do this. I mean, polo is a pointless sport. What's the point in recruiting a professional team of dedicated polo players? Because there's no point, is there? There's none. Wow, look at that.
The heat coming off this is just fantastic because the temperature has plummeted today. I could feel it today going down. I lit the fire about 1 o'clock this afternoon, I think. And it's like living in a fridge in this house with the marble floor. I remember in the 70s and 80s, they'd have these fake fires that try and emulate the embers.
I thought they looked pretty cool, actually.
They did, and there's a psychological warmth to it. But I mean, the heat coming off this is bellowing out.
Yeah, but it's real wood, isn't it? So it's
yeah.
Mankind has been burning wood since the Stone Age.
And we've got these very, very high ceilings. Do you know what I was thinking about, Graham? Is finding somewhere locally that's got real Christmas trees and having a real. I know we've got the little white one, but I just this Christmas I fancy having a real one.
Okay.
Should we go out into the woods and just fucking cut one?
No.
Oh, you chicken.
It's not a case of being a chicken. I don't want to cut trees down that haven't been already.
Tell everyone the Pixies did it.
Yes. Anyway, is the meat ready yet?
Not quite.
You said what, darling?
I said to put another log.
Another log?
Well, you've shut the doors because...
To keep the heat in?
Yeah. This house is gigantic. The ceilings are just phenomenal in every room. And then, of course, to heat the house, because the temperature's plummeted, it's got to be like...
I had to close those doors because otherwise the heat goes up to the tower.
But unfortunately, that's also where all the wood is, Graham. So I've got to open it to get a log.
Oh no.
Yeah, we need a log. We don't want to freeze.
No. Yes, we keep the wood in the hall. We can put the light on, you know.
I've got one. I found one.
Did you find one in the dark?
I found one.
Okay.
I'll just wallop it on the fire.
Okay. I say, darling, the Ninja's got 10 seconds left. Do you think it'll be ready this time? Because you did an extra 15 minutes, didn't you? Up.
No, you know what? I think that could do with... Will you tell me what you think? I think it could do with a bit longer because there's fat underneath.
No, I think that's okay. Yeah.
I suppose we could always put it back in.
I think that's okay.
Oh, right, okay then.
I think
in that case...
What if we put it up and we decide it's oh yeah, that's well done, that, I think that's well done. Oh, the potatoes with your roast goo. whatever you called it.
Well, I put the pork fat on it. They don't actually look that fatty. Right. There you go. And I'll serve the peas up and the gravy, and we'll have dinner in the living room because the dining room's a bit chilly. The problems of aristocrats. We should count our money in front of the public, shouldn't we? Rub their filthy little poor noses in it. My God. And there are aristocrats freezing their nuts off across the land in England and Wales and Scotland.
If we counted our money on camera, that would account for about 15 seconds, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't take very long, would it?
We wouldn't need a machine, that's for sure. Good night, and may your God go with you.